that person is not in love with you. That person is not even trying to convince you to love them. That person is basically saying, I just need you here for whenever I need you. Forget your feelings. Forget your feelings. It ain't about feelings anymore. So you got to be careful on that. But love is still out here. Love is still seeking. And love is still living in the right people. You just have to be careful how you meet people. And how you take in everything and how you react to things. I remember one of my reactions was I was overreacting. If the guy would just, because I hadn't dated in 8 years, so I finally decided to start dating last year. And when the guy, he would just text and say, hey, good morning. Oh man, I just be excited over the top. He said, what you doing? I'm just excited over the top because I didn't know even any better. Even at 40 some years old, I didn't know any better. I thought, maybe he's just only texting me, but come to find out, there's a whole world of people texting that same thing. And it doesn't mean anything. It just means how you doing. Like I said, they might be just trying to keep you on the side in their pocket. And I would get overexcited, and I be done took it to a whole nother level. That, hey, how you doing thing, good morning or night. I be done took it to a whole nother level. I was thinking, because back when I was dating, I was thinking, well, if they talk back to you, then that means that, they're really into you and stuff. And so I would take it to another level, and I'd be like, already then about put us at the altar. Let's get married today and have a family tomorrow. Marvin Seas. I be done took us to the altar already. And then a month later or 2 months later, I would discover that, hey, he's backing off from texting. He's not really calling. He won't call. He's not saying anything for holidays. He's just basically showing up when he want to show up. And I will tell you, that is not love. That is not love. That's not how you get to know somebody. When somebody loves you, they want to get to know all of you, not just your text side. So that's not love when someone does that to you. It's not love whenever someone just comes up around when it's convenient for them. I had to learn the hard way, I'm trying to tell you. And I learned the hard way because I cried, I prayed, and I was like, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? Why nobody don't want to take me out? I ain't never been on a date, and I'm 42 years old. Nobody never took me on a date. That's the part I was at. That's the point I was in about 2 years ago. I was like, I'm 40-something years old, and I've never been on a date. See, the guys I was in a relationship with, we never went out to eat. We never went out to the movies. I paid for everything, the house, everything. I shacked up. I messed up. I shacked up, and I thought, that's what love was, shacking. If he willing to stay with me, then, we are a for sure item. We are as one. But no, you're not. You're not. It devalues you. It devalues you. I made a joke on here, my plus size grandma, about the grill, and it really happened. The grill story really did happen, though. Stayed with the guy 15 years. And all I got out of that relationship when he left was a grill. So there was no benefits there because he never paid any bills. He never brought anything in, but he always took stuff out. What I'm trying to say about love is, before you put yourself out there on the line like that, to love hard, guard your heart. And if somebody's not pouring back into you, pouring love back into you, the person that you like, then they may not really like you in that type of way. They may just like you as a friend. As I said, the other guy that I dated, I only dated him two months. He was a good guy. He could pour love into me as a friend, but not in a relationship way. So we ended that relationship in 2 months and realized that we were better off as friends. So now I don't get mad if he don't text. I don't get mad if he don't call or don't say happy birthday, happy Mother's Day. I don't get mad at that stuff now because I know that we're not on that level. That's not our level of relationship. Define what type of relationship you have with a person. If you can handle, I'm going to tell you, if you can handle a person running in and out of your life, playing games with you, which is usually called a player. If you can handle a relationship with a player, hey, more kudos to you. More kudos to you if you can handle that. That's something I couldn't handle. My temper wouldn't let me handle that. That's something I couldn't handle. I was too emotional for a relationship like that. And I just really tell you, you devalue yourself whenever you allow somebody to run in and out of your life and control your emotions. If the only time you're happy is when they're around, then that's controlling your emotions, and chances are they're toxic for you. That's the makings of a toxic relationship, when someone controls your emotions. Single ladies, if you can't be happy, and I'm a grandma, but I'm a sexy, beautiful grandma, and I know this. If you can't be happy by yourself and build yourself up, then you're not going to be happy in a relationship. And that's the honest truth. You're not going to be happy in a relationship if it does not start within yourself. Here I was waiting on him to build me up, when this is stuff I was supposed to already have in me. I should have already had boundaries set, but I didn't know nothing about no boundaries. I'm from the country. What do we know? I didn't know nothing about no boundaries and stuff. For my first relationships, I didn't have none, so I didn't figure I needed none for any other relationship. But as I got older and wiser, I realized you need boundaries. Love does have boundaries. Love loves unconditionally, but it has boundaries. Love loves like this. I will love you to life enough to see that you're going down a bad path when you're running in and out of my life. Therefore, I love you so much that I have to cut you loose so that you can grow and do the things that you need to do, and so that I can grow too. So love starts within yourself. It starts within yourself, and then it spreads out to others. And love recognizes when it's been played for a fool. People say love is blind. Love is blind only when it's unconditional and it's doing something good. But whenever you start doing negative stuff and you start losing yourself, that's not blind love. That's actually ignorance. I'm just being real. A woman out here, if you're a woman out here and you're the one taking care of the man all the time and he's not doing anything, and I'm saying like he's not disabled, he's able to work, he's able to get out, he's able to take you places, he's able to give you things, and you're not getting that out of that man. He's able to communicate with everybody else, but he doesn't communicate with you. Then that's a toxic relationship. That's not love. That's a toxic relationship. A relationship is based upon communication. Love is based upon communication. It gives and it receives. It knows when to do either one. Excuse me, y'all. A little dry. It knows when to do either one, though. So just be careful out there that you're not the one giving it all. You're not the one on the one-sided relationship. You're not the one making all the phone calls. You're not the one doing all the texting. You're not the one doing all the suggestion of what we should do and where we should go and how we should date. It is a two-part effort. It takes two people to do that. You can do it as one, but you're going to end up getting hurt. That's what's going to happen. I've been hurt. And I thank God that I'm not bitter and I'm not scorned, and that I learned from it. That's the most important thing, is that you learn and you keep on living. Because everybody ain't going to feel the same way that you feel. Just like now, that's what I was getting. I was getting nothing off of him. Because he could not love himself. He couldn't love anybody else. He needed a caretaker. I'm not willing to be a caretaker or a babysitter. to any man. To any man. When any man listening to this, when you are a man, you should know how to present yourself to a woman and live through it. You should start off being honest to a woman. Don't pretend like you can do this and do that and you can't do that. Just be honest with her. And a real woman will understand where you're coming from. She'll understand where you're coming from. And let her make that decision if that's the lifestyle she wants to live. If she wants to live the lifestyle of you running back and forth, let her make that decision. Don't take her decision with making away. Because I'm telling you, some of these ladies do not recover from heartbreak. They do not recover from heartbreak. I thank God I'm one that did. But it's a lot of women who do not recover from heartbreak. It's a lot of women right now that's dead and gone who died with a broken heart because of what some guy did to her. He didn't have the balls enough to stand up and say, well, I'm not feeling you like that. I actually am talking to other people and I haven't really narrowed down my choice yet. He didn't have the balls to say that. Instead, he just kept playing her and playing her and playing these women until they lose it mentally. And when they start losing it mentally, they go out here and, you say what you want to say. But people are killing themselves every day. They're killing themselves every day because they don't feel loved. And that's because they never experienced real love. So, at the end of this, I'm going to say, if you want to experience real love, get in the Word of God. Learn who God is. Learn why Jesus died on the cross. That's love. That's love. A man willing to die for someone he doesn't even know. That's love. Get in the Word of God. That's what helped me to realize that I was so much more than I was giving myself credit for. If a woman can hold down a household with a man in there that's sorry, then women, let me tell you, love is a beautiful gift to be shared, not manipulated. A beautiful gift. And I thank God that I had love in my heart, that I can tell a man before he starts playing with me, I'll tell him up front, let me tell you how I am up front. And some may not agree with this, but I'm like, if I got something to say, I'm not going to